Well, hello there and welcome back. In today's video, I'm gonna pretend that I'm camping. I have my fake tent set up, but all for a good reason. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you two essentials for this summer. On my right here, we have the Ecoflow Glaciar Classic. This is a cooler slash freezer slash power bank, if that makes sense. Basically, this will keep all your food, all your drinks, everything cold for up to 43 hours. So this is great on road trips, great if you go camping, great for grocery trips because you can fill it up with meat, for example, and then it can sit in the car for hours. So really cool thing to have this summer. And on my left here, we have the Ecoflow WAVE 3. This is a portable AC unit. So again, this will cool you down wherever you go this summer. If you go camping, if you're traveling by car or anything like that, this can basically keep you cool anywhere you want. We have a massive battery pack right here at the bottom. So this can also run all by itself, just like the cooler. Let me take a sip of water and I will tell you more about these two devices throughout the video. Alright, so we are gonna start with the Ecoflow Glaciar Classic. So basically our portable fridge slash freezer. So this comes in three sizes. This is the smallest size. This is the 35-liter one, but I believe that you can buy a 45-liter one and a 55-liter one. Keep in mind the size will get a bit bigger, so if you are carrying this in your car's trunk, you may be limited by space. This one does fit in my car's trunk, but of course it really depends how big or how small your car is. Okay, so this is a dual zone cooler. That means that you have one side that will keep your drinks, your food cool, but then on the side here you can actually have frozen stuff as well. So you can have some frozen meat on one side and your regular drinks and whatever else on the other side. I believe you can fit up to 58 cans inside here. So if you take this to the beach, for example, if you take it by the swimming pool, you can definitely have a lot of cans in there. But personally, we use this for grocery trips more than anything because it's great having a cooler to actually keep all the meat cool while you go shopping, so you don't have to rush home. All right, so this can be charged in a few ways. You can charge it from a wall outlet. Our battery pack is actually located right here. You can also charge it from a solar panel. So let's say you're camping, you can just plug in a solar panel and charge it that way, or you can even charge it in your car. The battery pack is located right here. The battery pack is also removable and you can actually charge devices from the battery pack right here. So we have a USB-C port right there. So if you want to charge your laptop, you can. I wouldn't recommend that if you're camping because you basically want your food to stay cold, but you have the option as well. We also have handles on the left and on the right, and I believe you can also install wheels. Now, if the wheels are in the box, I may have thrown away the wheels with my box, so I was not able to try the wheels because I do not have them, unfortunately. On the right hand side here, we also have a little screen. From the little screen, you can basically select what mode this is running on, what the temperature is inside, but there is also the Ecoflow app that you can use with your cooler. Yes, you heard that right. The cooler can actually connect to Wi-Fi. It can even send you notifications. So if you leave the door open, for example, the cooler will send you a notification, be like, hey, I left the door open. So that's also very cool. It will tell you what the temperature is and so on. So very cool to see that this has an application as well. So if you go anywhere this summer, you need your food, your drinks or anything like that to stay cold for up to 43 hours. This is definitely a great purchase. The only downside that I found with this is the weight. And since I don't have the wheels, because I don't know where the wheels are, it is a bit heavy to carry, mostly if this is full of stuff. If it's empty, it's fine, but when it's packed with stuff, it is a bit difficult carrying. But I absolutely love this. We take this with us pretty much anywhere we go. And next we're gonna move on to that portable AC. Alright, and next we are moving on to the Ecoflow WAVE 3 portable AC unit. So the entire AC unit is this big. I'm actually surprised how small and how light it is considering what this can do. So you can use this in a couple of ways. If you have access to a power outlet, you can basically plug it in and then you can use it as much as you want. But if you are going camping and you don't have access to electricity, you can basically buy one of these massive battery packs for it. On a full charge, this can get up to 8 hours of usage. Now, it really depends how you're using it, of course, because if you're using it at the maximum power, you're not gonna get those 8 hours. So it really depends on the situation. This basically goes at the bottom of our unit. You can also charge devices from our battery pack. So we have a USB-C port and a USB-A port on the battery pack. Connecting that battery pack to the unit, it's also quite easy. You basically put the unit on top and you kind of slide it like that. And then you also get this connector to connect the battery pack to the unit. So nice and easy. So this is an AC unit. As an AC unit, it has 6100 BTU capacity. It can also be used as a heater. As a heater, it has a 6800 BTU capacity, but you can also use it as a fan or as a dehumidifier. And of course, there is also an auto mode available. There are also 3 smart modes available: Max, Eco, and Sleep. And of course, it really depends how you use it. That's how much it will run on one charge. So it all depends on how you actually use it. Now, depending if you're using this on the inside or on the outside, you're also gonna find a bunch of these hoses, let's call them. So for example, if you wanna keep the unit outside of your tent, you'd just install this over the vents here that blow the cold air, and you just have this inside the tent, and basically it will blow the hot air at the top here. So if you want to use it a different way, if you want to use it inside the tent, you can direct the hot air outside. So it really depends on the situation and how you plan on using this. But basically in the box, you will find everything for any situation, let's say. As an air conditioning unit, it's actually quite powerful, and I filmed a little test for you earlier today. Now, it's not the most scientific test out there. I basically cooled down the tent here. The tent is sitting in the sun, so it was fairly hot in the tent. So let me play that from earlier today, and you'll actually see how much it cools the tent in about 40 minutes. All right, and we're gonna move on with our test. So basically, I'm gonna try to cool down this tent with our portable AC unit. So the tent is in the sun. Obviously, it's gonna be quite hot in the tent right now. I actually have a thermometer set there. So about 43 degrees right now. I'm only gonna have this part of the AC going inside the tent. We'll keep this going at the maximum power for about, I don't know, half an hour or so, and see where we are. So let me set this up and I'll show you the setup before we go. Okay, so I have all this set up. As I said, the AC unit is outside, and if I come here, you can kind of see it. So I have it running at the maximum power, and it shows the battery is not full on this thing, but at this maximum power it shows that it would run for about 2.5 hours, and I have it set to 16 degrees. So basically, let me just open this. So right now the thermometer is showing 44.4 degrees. So it is 11:45, so we'll come back in about half an hour and see what the temperature is. All right, and I am back. So it's been about 35 minutes since I started filming and since I had the AC unit installed. First of all, I'm gonna be quiet for a second just so you can hear how the AC sounds. It's actually not loud at all. I can barely hear it outdoors here. Let's press the power button here. So it says that the current discharge level, it has about an hour left to run. So not too bad, I guess. And let's see what the temperature is inside here. So 32 degrees right now. I believe it was about 44 degrees when we first started filming this. Now, a test like this makes no sense whatsoever because nobody in the right mind would actually sit in a tent in the middle of the summer with the AC on, because it makes no sense whatsoever. There is no insulation in a tent like this one. At least this one is super cheap as well. So a test like this makes no sense, but I figured it shows you that the AC can actually cool down a space like this even under these kind of crazy conditions. So a drop of about 12 degrees in about 40 minutes, 35 minutes since I set this up. So pretty good, I think. So the Ecoflow WAVE 3 is small enough that you can actually take with you anywhere. So it doesn't matter if you're traveling in the summer or in the winter. This will keep you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. So a very cool thing to have if you're into camping, traveling with an RV, and so on. As for the Ecoflow Glaciar Classic here, well, this is definitely my favorite thing out there. It keeps everything nice and cool. If you're by the pool, if you go to the beach, all the drinks are gonna be nice and cool. Your food is nice and cool. So I absolutely love this. As always, there will be some links in the video's description so you can check out the Ecoflow Glaciar Classic and the Ecoflow WAVE 3. Thanks Ecoflow for sponsoring this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.